So we looked at the teaser, or was it a teaser trailer? I forget, but it was like basically an announcement tease for When They See Us, which is a new series, a limited series that's going to be debuting on Netflix on, when was the release date for this project? I forget. May 31st of 2019. So it's kind of at the tail end of May, going into June. So we got a little while to go. But it's a new project being done by Ava DuVernay. It's 4 episodes long, and the story for it, it's definitely a hard one to read, but this is the official synopsis in case you'd never heard about the show before, according to IMDb. Based on a true story that gripped the country, the limited series will chronicle the notorious case of 5 teenagers of color who were convicted of a rape they did not commit. I've said before, some things in this world are just like, you wonder why they exist. And that's one of those things where it's just like, not the show, I'm talking about the act that's mentioned there. Truly awful. I mean, what a way to steal someone's life from them. It's just awful. I mean, it's horrible these things exist. But as I said in the last video as well, I did see a very similar situation like this. So as I mentioned there, it was kind of funny the timing that the teaser came out. Just kind of a coincidence, a surprising one. Because at the time I was in my psych class and we were talking about, or we were asked to look at this video for one of our, I think it was like the second test or something. But our instructor had this thing in his file section, and we were looking at it. We were supposed to look at it for one of the questions. It was this eyewitness testimony, as I had in the last video. I will have that linked in the search box down below in case you guys want to watch it. It's 2 parts. It's on the CBS YouTube channel, I believe. But it was a story about Jennifer Thompson, who unfortunately was the victim of such a horrific crime, or horrific violation of another human being. This is just awful, but this happens. But in this case, she thought she could recollect the exact person who it was. And it turned out that the person that they convicted was not the person who committed the crime. So it was a very unfortunate situation. I mean, both unfortunate for Ms. Thompson, but for I forget the name of the guy that was charged in that case. But it was really neat, too, to see the journey they went on after that, where she was saying, you know, they were definitely in touch after that whole situation. So, like, there wasn't any animosity, which that was really neat. I was like, you know, it's horrible that situation happened for both parties. But at the same time, it's neat to see where justice was served in the end. It was neat to see that there was some positivity that came out of the circumstance as well, where, you know, it was a really inspirational, touching story at the end of that, but it's still kind of a hard one to listen to in the midst of that, what Jennifer Thompson's story was supplying at the time of the first video. We really didn't understand what happened. So we'll definitely have to see how this project does. Again, I'm not always into, you know, heavy subject matters like this, but I try to be very fair and open-minded. I did like that first trailer, and I said we're going to look at the trailer as soon as it debuts. Now the trailer's here. I keep my word. I value that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the official trailer now for When They See Us. And we'll see a better look into the series beyond the short teaser that we had at first. But it looked good, but it was kind of short. Okay. But this is definitely longer. So as always, we're going to watch this first, and we shall talk about it more in my condensed review segment for us watching the video together. Okay. Here we go. Stories like this are very sad.
Is my mom?
It's just us. You and us. Who you were in the park with?
I don't know names. I just got lost.
Where did you see the lady?
One lady.
The female jogger was severely beaten and raped. Every black male who was in the park last night is a suspect. I need all of them.
That's
What's going on with my son?
Your son was involved in a rape in Central Park.
What? No,
Wait a minute.
impossible.
Wait a second.
They saw you rape the lady.
I didn't see a lady or hit anyone. I didn't see any lady.
Kevin.
I didn't see any lady.
I want to see my son right now. Right now.
Whatever they said I did, I didn't.
Nothing these boys state matches the central facts of the crime. All we need is for one to tie this whole thing together.
These tapes are not as clean as the state would have you believe.
There is injustice happening here.
There is not one shred of evidence.
Imagine the frenzy of these teenagers.
Ripping off her
They
clothes.
are innocent of these
They
crimes.
are guilty.
They're doing us like this.
What other way they ever do us?
I've been having these dreams. I keep
hearing these footsteps. And they coming closer and closer. That's me. Coming to bring you home.
They said if I went along with it, that I could go home, and that's all I wanted.
The police will do anything. Lie on us, they will lock us up, they will kill us.
This is my life.
I don't think we should admit to something that we didn't do.
Okay, we keep fighting.
Wow. Is that them grown up? Again, long cast list. Vera Farmiga gets in that too? I did not know that. I do like her quite a bit. That's a very moving trailer. I definitely want to check out this project and kind of see these guys' story and how it plays out. Even though, again, I'm not always into projects with such a heavy topic, but at the same time, this one like a story that needed to be seen. And what I'm going to do, because I'm not familiar with the true story this is based on of Central Park 5, so the outcome of this whole situation is ambiguous to me, or unknown, I should say. I have no idea what happened, no idea who's guilty, but I can assume for now, based on the synopsis, that there's going to be a lot of pointing fingers, and unfortunately that's going to resolve in some hard feelings, I would say, definitely between a lot of the parents involved with this case of these kids that are being falsely accused. You know, it's just really sad. I mean, and kind of, it seems there's more of a depth to this project too, as the trailer shows us as it moves along. But I have heard of Ava DuVernay before. I know that some of her projects, I haven't seen A Wrinkle in Time, but I know some people didn't like that one. I try to be somebody who judges, stuff when they see it, so that, I'm the one putting out my review and it's not somebody doing that for me. So I haven't checked out that one yet. I do own it though, but I plan on it. But I have heard that she's made some good productions. So I can definitely see not just maybe her quality and what I've heard being put on here, but also the quality that Netflix is known for with their original productions. So I will definitely give the series a try. It might be a hard one to stomach at some points, I guess in the introduction. Hopefully, I said this in a recent video, I forget which one, but sometimes when you look at Hollywood pictures, they tend to focus more on the visual than the idea. And I think the idea, again, is very sad. I think it stands by itself. It doesn't need visuals accompanying it. So hopefully, Netflix takes that in mind, or I should say, because this series is already done, I believe, that hopefully they've taken that to mind as they've made it. And it's like, okay, the idea is enough if we understand the story, which we clearly can based on this trailer. Hopefully they don't go too overboard. But I definitely want to see the outcome of the story. I want to see how it's told. I want to understand this case better for myself and the outcome. So, yeah, I'm not totally sure about the story for right now. I can't say I know it. I can't say I know where the story is going to go. But this is definitely a series I will be giving a look to as soon as it releases.